Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite some time since the Murloc had graced our airwaves, and honestly, he's a little shy. So, I think you're going to have to encourage him in the chat room and via Twitter for him to come out. So, if you could send maybe some sacrifices, maybe a vial of the blood of a virgin, that shouldn't be too much of a problem, just jab a needle into your arm. Or perhaps a delicious sandwich. Any of those, and I'm sure we can get him out, and perhaps, I don't know, maybe, just maybe, he'll let you live. Maybe. Maybe.
I don't care if you think it's impractical. I demand an effective long-range delivery system for swarms of bees. Some kind of railgun will do. The price matters not. Find a way to make it happen, or I can guarantee you'll break out in hives. Oh, it's you. Ugh. Didn't I retire? I'm fairly sure I did. Farnsworth, did I retire? No? I just took an extended vacation. I have to provide advice to the miserable peasants again? Oh, dear Lord, why? What do you mean God has forsaken me because I threatened to eat him? That was years ago! You can't think that he actually remembers that. What about omnipotence, poppycock? Fine. Just try to not drag any of your filth onto the rugs, and I'll entertain myself with how stupid you are. What have we got here? Let's have a look at this. What does it say? Yes. Dear Murloc, I am confused and cannot think for myself. So, I would like to know which race I should pick in Cataclysm. Well, obviously you should roll the brand new race, the Murloc. Yes, indeed, the Murloc has been granted his proper place in society and World of Warcraft and is now an entire race into and of himself. The racials are the ability to blow up every peasant within 300 yards, as well as an astonishing activatable by the name of Deathwing Owes Me a Bloody Favour, capable of annihilating entire cities, but not before running off with all your pickles. Flame-grilled gnome, such a delicacy, so tender, so sweet. You, on the other hand, are disgusting, and it would take hours for the cooks to clean the layers of grime off your horrendously stringy carcass. What else have you got for me? Please tell me that you have something worthwhile. Yes, here we go. Dear Murloc, what is the state of raiding in Cataclysm? Will we be once again challenged by these epic encounters? By the looks of you, you've been challenged by a colouring book, you disgraceful prole. Let me have a look at this so-called video wall. Yes, this new technology that the Murloc does not understand because it's not worthy of his time. Hey, look at the peasants we have in this channel. We have a man, some kind of man, with what appear to be dreadlocks and a bush on his head. And he tends to dance around. It's very confusing. He also likes the animes. How cute. Oh, it's that pop sensation Justin Bieber. I've always wanted to take a big bite out of that man's face. Yes, indeed. Strawberry milk. Did their mummy bring that to you, Mr. Justin Bieber? I'm sure. Well, I had your mother. With potatoes and delicious gravy. Aha! What kind of a name is Andrew 081987? How unoriginal can you get? Did you even engage your brain before you decided to put in that name? Random numbers? Is that the best you can do, you disgraceful peasant? Court, could you look any more apathetic? You'll never accomplish anything in life with a face like that, sitting around staring at the wall like, well, I felt like I wanted to get out of bed today. Oh, you disgust me. Hope and despair, oh so emo, crawling in the Murloc skin. These wounds may heal if you pay me 500 British pounds. Yes, your emo, horrible, disgraceful thing. Mystere. Wearing your brand t-shirts and your branded hat. What a consumer whore you are. I wonder if you taste like plastic. The Warden. What is that you're eating? Why would you give it to the Murloc? Provide it in rightful tribute at this very moment. It's not a human finger you're eating, no? I see to be one of taste. Excellent. I find, actually, just as a little bit of reference for the future, that, in fact, the fingers of the troll are fairly reasonable. You would be surprised, but after about 16 hours of cooking those things, so they're nice and tender, they make the most delicious morsels. Who is that man with a tea cozy on his head and skin that is not of the right colour? I do not understand. This is ridiculous. Other humans were all pasty white, and perhaps Cheetos stained on their horrendous t-shirts. This one appears to have a tea cozy, a black t-shirt, and I do not understand his pigment. I wonder if it would be delicious. Always like those exotic delicacies. Demonic! You're in black and white because you think you look classy. The Murloc will give you a course in class, you horrendous peasant! I can tell you Oh, you're not moving. Ah, yes, I see. Try to stare out the Murloc. The Murloc has no lids on his eyes. I had them removed, for they are disgraceful. And what's with all the smiling, Karami? What do you have to smile about? You are on borrowed time. I can tell you that for a fact. I will raise your village to the ground and construct upon it a mighty monument to the Murloc's magnificence. And Scrab, yes, I've heard about your antics and your stalking. I know exactly what you're trying to do, sitting there, trying to look all innocent. Oh, no, Murloc, I wouldn't do anything to disrupt this chat room. I am onto your scheme. Nobody out-schemes the Murloc, that I can guarantee. Yes, indeed. If you are not careful, you shall find yourself on the Murloc's dinner platter, and I can guarantee that only one of us will be eating. Now get out of my house, you filthy peasants! Why did I even let you in here? I cannot, for the life of me, understand that. Disgraceful. So disgraceful that I ran out of background music. The Murloc must always have a soundtrack. Just leave before I find a new delivery method for these bees. Ha! Is he gone? Seriously? That guy stole my watch. I thought he was a millionaire. He ran off with it. I couldn't even catch him. How does a Murloc even run out when he doesn't have any legs? I can't even figure out how it happened. Seriously, I was bamboozled. It was a hijinks, a heist, a disgraceful larceny. Oh, thank God he's gone. Hopefully he won't come back next week. I don't have any more watches. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's been Total Biscuit. You've been listening to Blue Please. Shout out time. Send them over via the chat room. TheMurloc@gmail.com is the email address, or you can send them via the Twitter if you so desire. You can do it if you like. Send them by chat or whatever. Oh man, that actually makes you really tired doing it live. I'm pretty sure I didn't come up with a single worthwhile joke there with the improv, but hey, there you go. Righto, ladies and gentlemen. Righto. Get them in, and I shall give you the shout-outs that you so deserve. That doesn't necessarily mean I'll give you the one you want, but it'll be the one that you deserve. Yes. Alright, here we go. Can we sacrifice B-Drone? No, you may not sacrifice B-Drone! Even though my respect for him has been somewhat lowered by the presence of Animu in his room, you cannot sacrifice the B-Drone. We'd never have any amusement in this damn channel. You certainly don't get any from this show. Nitrogliss, I'd like a shout out to Danny, who don't know how to play a rogue and die at every pull. Isn't that like 99% of rogues? What else have we got? Yes, indeed. Man, I'm exhausted. A shout out to me for making StarCraft 2 maps for no apparent reason.
While I wait for the beta to come back, Ollie, a shout down at. What does that even mean? A shout to me for my things. That's very good. A shout to Scrab for surviving the horrors that is men on the intertubes. I have a feeling that any woman that puts themselves on cam is already more than capable of dealing with how crazy creepy you guys can be. Dear God. I've actually got not one but 3 in the room right now. They've managed to survive your nonsense for another week. If we find them hanging from the rafters via a electrical cable by Saturday, I'm not gonna be pleased. This is supposed to be a cosmopolitan show. I'm supposed to look popular. Sometimes I even have people of the opposite sex in the channel. It's crazy, I know. I have to maintain the illusion. Don't break it. A shout out to Tarek for helping me with hosting a LAN party. That's from Tarek. A shout out to the chat room and the live listeners. That's from Miss Steer. A shout out to My Little Pony. That's from Ollie. Love the people on the cam. Yes, T Cozy Head. Yes, you do. Shout out to Angelo for wiping it. Yeah, he did. He wasn't responsible for that. That's from Onin. And a shout out to playing Record of Agarest War instead of WoW, even though the game is kind of broken, aka hard to kill Midas without the DLC item. I must point out that you bought a game which was marketed entirely on the size of the anime girl's breasts, so congratulations for that one. What have we got on the Twitter? What have we got on the email? Shout out to the people in the chat for being so comical, yourself, good sir, for a great show, and myself for completing Sabadon's Coat of Arms album on Insane in Beat Hazard, which is 75% off on Steam, so go buy it right now. Shout out to Hargrim of Balzanar EU and his guild members in the Dragonfell tribe from Lay of the Shatar server on the EU side. And a shout out to us, Stephen Luton, for going on an epic holiday to Ballycastle for not 1, but 2, but 3 days. And shout out to you for going to Bloodstock Fest. That's some Steves. Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. Looking forward to that. Got anything on Twitter? A few. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Joseph Blanchett listening in right now. Yes, indeed, he's the guy responsible for that fantastic piece of artwork for Shoutcraft. Shout out to Bees, Owen Scrab, for being a woman. Congratulations, you are 50% of the planet. And Terrace on Dragonblight EU, that is from Conker87, you creepy bastard. A shout out to Dorm and his horrible internet. What about a shout out to my horrible internet? God. Oh dear. Right, ladies and gents, I think I am about done, but I will give Sephiric a shout-out because he's crying about it. I'll give Gemini a shout-out to Phoenicia on Emeris EU. And play through Crawl Through Knives. No! Crawl Through Knives is a bad song. If we're going to play some In Flames, I'll play some good one. Okay. I'm done. Thank you very much for listening to Blue Please. I've got more Cataclysm videos coming up for you. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to make new stuff. Yes, indeed. No rest for the wicked. No sleep for the just. Good night.